Obviously a tough loss for us today. I like the way that, despite, the, kind of an awful third quarter, especially the end of the third quarter, that our team did not give up. We competed, and, uh, I give Vegas credit. They hit a couple threes in the last minute, or we might have been able to come all the way back. Uh, we just got to regroup at this point. We got another game uh, coming up here in 2 days, and hopefully we can bounce back and get back in winning ways.
Coach, whenever you talk about that third quarter, 6 points tied for the lowest scoring quarter this year by you guys, was that more of a defensive adjustment by Vegas or kind of lack of offensive execution by you guys?
Well, I didn't see that they played good defense, but I didn't see that they were playing differently. They stuck to their game plan pretty much. Uh, I think we got a little bit frustrated. We missed some shots, and then it kind of snowballed for us. And then, the end of the third quarter, they had that. Both teams were having trouble scoring until I don't know, last 2.5 minutes of that third. They just kind of poured it on there. Uh, but you're going to go through some spells where shots aren't falling, and you just got to find a way to get an easy basket somehow. Whether you make a defensive play and get out in transition, you get a putback, something just to calm things down and get everybody feeling good again. Uh, but it's tough when you're playing a team this good. It's hard to overcome a quarter that's that bad. But I give our team credit for fighting till the end, and we almost did make a run and get back in it when we get it down to three at one point.
Hey, Coach. It seems like in the third quarter, there weren't a lot of balls going inside to Brianna. Did they do anything different to take the ball out of our hand, or what do you feel like winning that third with to Brianna?
No, we definitely, we want to keep Bree and BG involved. Uh, Bree was having an outstanding game. We were trying to either set ball screens or reverse the ball and get it inside. They were sending a lot of people at Bree when we were throwing it in the third. Uh, they were taking some chances, sending sometimes three people at her. But if they send three people, we got to cut, move the ball to the open person, and then hopefully knock down the shots. Like, uh, to lose by six to a team that's good, and you're shooting sub 20% from three. Like, if you shoot a normal percentage, everybody is feeling a lot different right now. But on that day, you got to shoot it. You got to knock it down.
Coach, 16 points for them to four off of turnovers. Can you talk to us a little bit about what they were doing to cause so many turnovers this game?
Well, they got good length. They're really aggressive. They pressure the ball. They get a lot of deflections. Uh, Sometimes we were squeezing some drives, meaning there wasn't a lot of space, and we were just trying to be uh, ultra aggressive. Now, the problem with being ultra aggressive is it can lead to turnovers, and those turnovers can lead to runouts. Uh, but you know, we'll learn from it and we'll get better.
Coach, again, this is a stretch where you're playing, the top teams in the league, contenders, and we've asked you pretty much every game, what did this game show you? What did this one against the Aces tonight in particular show you about this team?
Well, I still think we have one. You know, we have a great team that has a chance to win this whole thing. Uh, Now, I'll be the first one to say we're not going to be winning playoff games and winning championships shooting sub 20% from three. We're going to have to be a little bit better than that, but we are definitely competing on the defensive end. Uh, One thing that I would like to see us get back to is, our conversion, our transition offense game was better earlier this year. And I'd like to get that back going again. I think it makes it a lot harder when don't get the defense on their heels and you give them a chance to set up and get their matchups every time down the court. So that'll be something we talk about. We'll see if we can't get the transition game going again. We don't have a definite timetable, but we expect Jordan back before the end of the year. She's obviously somebody that helps with our pace and can attack the paint a little bit. But I would say, I mean, it's a disappointing loss, especially because of where it is in the standings, but I still feel really good about our team and what we're capable of.
Hey, coach. You talked a little bit about the 3-point shooting. You guys did shoot 16% tonight. And that has been a big part of y'all's game plan. Are you guys going to continue with that same game plan and just hope that more shots are like getting knocked down, or are you going to change it up?
No, I mean, we want to take wherever we have an advantage. So if we got an advantage inside, we want to make them have to defend inside. But we've got good shooters. Uh, we want to move the ball, catch some shots in rhythm, be ready to knock them down. Uh, I think we're more than capable of going on a little hot run shooting. And you can't you have 1 or 2 games where you shoot it bad and then you're going to change how you play. And then all of a sudden you never say, well, you missed a bunch of layups. Maybe you shouldn't shoot any more layups. Like you just got to go finish better at the rim. So for us, we got good shooters. They're just going to have to catch it ready. And I really think some of that is contagious. Like if a couple people, like you saw it with them, like they hit a couple and then everybody was like, yeah, we're hitting these. And it's like, yeah, that's kind of what we needed and a little bit earlier.
Coach, obviously you don't necessarily want to lose a game, but would you, when you look at a situation like this, you're still top 3 team in the league. You have games remaining on the schedule. What do you take away from a loss like this? And would you rather have a loss like this now toward the end of the season versus, like, say, if you were in a playoff series?
No question, I'd rather lose now than the playoffs. But we wanted to win to give us the best chance to advance in the playoffs. They've got us 3 times here, and that's going to give them an advantage for a higher seed than us right now because they are ahead of us and they got the tiebreaker on us. So we're going to have to just take care of what we can control. What do we got? 6 games left. We got to win as many as those 6 games, get the highest seed we can. And our hope is when the playoffs come, we're playing at our, hopefully everybody's healthy. We got everybody back and we're playing at our very best. And I honestly think our very best is as good as anybody's very best. But when you're playing the best teams, it can't be 3/4 of good basketball. You just can't get away with it.
Hey, coach. I believe it was in the 4th quarter. Nas had a little bit of a moment where she came up limping a little bit. Just wanted to know, how she's feeling. I know she finished out the game, but is there any worry about her ankle or her lower body?
I worry about everything, so that's not good to ask me that. But I did talk to her in the locker room and just asked her how she's doing, and she said fine. But we have no updates. She'll handle that through, our medical people. However, but hopefully she's okay.
And then that being said, how much has she been sort of a glue piece for you guys, both on the defensive and offensive ends, with just her communication ability to attack the glass?
I mean, she's had an amazing season. She's a great player, and she was really competing out there today. Every possession, she was laying it on the line for us. So we just need her to continue what she's been doing. And we just right now I feel like Vegas has everybody kind of playing their best basketball. That's what we're striving for as we're going into the playoffs. We want everybody to be feeling good about how they're playing and that we're playing our best at at the most important time.
Coach, these last 4 games, 3 top teams. Is there anything that you learned about your team during this stretch that you didn't already know?
No, I mean, I feel, I already felt like we had one of the best teams when we are playing our best. Uh, but we're getting to the point where, the playoffs are just around the corner and there's another gear that we can get to. I know maybe not all of our players are aware of it right now, but there is another level that we can get to, and we only got a couple weeks to get there. Because like this hurts right now, but as you mentioned, like it doesn't compare to the hurt of all of a sudden it's the playoffs and you have one of these shooting nights and a game gets away from you and you don't advance when you have a team that's capable of winning the whole thing. And I mean, I'm in front of all of you. Like anything can happen this year in the W because the teams in the playoffs are all capable of beating each other. We definitely have a team that can win the whole thing. And we're going to regroup. And when we get, hopefully, we'll win some games here. We'll put ourselves in a good position to have as much home court advantage as possible. But even if we don't have it, we know that we're capable of winning anywhere. Thank you.